what do I do? I am a marriage counselor, a teacher, let's see, social worker, psychologist, psychiatrist, a police officer, medical first responder, firefighter. I mean, we do so many things every night that are outside of putting handcuffs on people and writing tickets. The solving the marital disputes. People don't think about that. That's something you do every single night, is solve a family problem.
Obviously the fun and exciting stuff, the crime fighting stuff is what gets on TV. I don't think that somebody would want to go and watch me try and track down a dog that's running loose through a neighborhood and taking it out to the pound, but that's what we do. You know, there's a lot of not exciting stuff that we do, but it is, in one way or another, it's helping people.
I'm used to getting flipped off on a daily basis, or just driving through a neighborhood and have somebody saying, you know, F the police. And that's something that's become pretty normal throughout the day.
Boy, I've been called just about everything, from every racial epithet you can think of to just about every derogatory term. And so a lot of times, you know, we're meeting people in crisis when they're at their worst, and so you're gonna most times get their worst behavior, the worst things they can say.
You try not to take it personally. That person has their own situation going on. You know, maybe they didn't want to go to jail on their warrant because their kid's birthday is tomorrow. You know, we're put in a position a lot of times where we've got to make decisions that are going to affect someone's life, and may not affect just one person's life, but may affect several people's lives.
So you're talking about when they're clearly probably violating policy, and we're talking about an officer assaulting someone type of deal.
I will never just outright say I side with the officer. Do I think that there's bad officers out there? And I think absolutely there are.
And you say bad, I think, you know, I would describe as evil almost, you know, or they get good at camouflaging that up. So we have to be better at uncovering it.
You know, in any profession, not everyone's going to do the right thing. That's just the reality, and you get some people who just, for whatever reason, are going to do things they know they shouldn't be doing.
But I've got to believe in my heart it's less than 1% in a very noble profession that are acting out in ways that bring such bad press, and legitimately bad press, to our profession. The number one issue for police agencies is trust and confidence with the community, and looking at ways that we can go from what some might term a warrior mindset to a guardian mindset. We should be guardian servants is the role of a police officer.
Very memorable, I guess, bad day for me was when I was part of an investigation for a child abuse case, which ended in a homicide of that child. And that was hard because the child was the same age as my daughter. So coming home after dealing with that and then seeing my daughter, it was one of those things where you come home and you're just overcome with emotion, seeing my daughter alive. And it was just one of those things where it just hits you when you get home, how good you have it.
April 18th, 2011, an officer called for assistance on the south side of the city, saying he'd been shot at. So me and a couple other guys were sent to clear an alleyway. Well, when I got to the alleyway, I could see two people on the ground, and one of them I could immediately see was a police officer, blue. And I ran to the officer, and me and a couple guys just grabbed him. And it turned out it was another officer I'd worked with for a few years, Eric Zapata, and he was shot in the head and the stomach. And even my closeness to that, actually carrying him to the car, I couldn't. I still to this day can't even visualize what it looked like. And so that was pretty tough, and something I still every day deal with is that day. And that was April 2011. And yeah, it was still difficult.
Whenever they call, no matter who they are, whether or not we've had a bad encounter with them before, if they call the police, we come. It's the cliche of people are running away from gunfire and we're running towards it, and that's the truth. We're there to help, and we're there to protect people. As much as people want to have their own opinions of it, we don't discriminate. If you need help, we're there, and we're going to help in any way we can.
No one should live in fear where they live, you know, so certainly growing up in an area that wasn't always the greatest, you certainly realized how a few can dominate, you know, for the many, and people can feel really uncomfortable in an area. And so I just wanted to make it so no matter what it was or what side of town it was, you know, on any street, people felt comfortable to go out and walk, live, and however I can help bring that about, that's what I wanted to do.
Just truly helping someone. That might sound cliche, but it's I think that's where you get the most satisfaction in this line of work.
My experience has been overwhelmingly the majority of men and women that I'm working around truly want to serve, and they want to fill that capacity of being a servant leader. So we're here for them, I guess, is what I'd really want our public to know.
I would like to just remind them, I guess, that we're real people and that we don't get in this job for the money. Pay's not that great. I guess I'd just really like to remind them that we're in this job to do good and that we can't do it without the public's help.